Welcome everybody to another video about Marvel Spider-Man. Yeah, I know. I already got about 4 of them up there. But you see, Spider-Man is so it means so much to me. It means so much to me that I cannot let this slide. What am I talking about? I'm talking about how Marvel Spider-Man 3 is probably going to be one of the worst games that has came out for Spider-Man ever, in terms of story. Now, why do I say this? Is because I think Marvel Spider-Man 3 was always set up to fail. And the reason I say that is because I've been, diving deep into this DEI and ESG and SBI and all this shit, and learning who's behind these games and who's making these games and the representation they have to put in these games. And quite frankly, I really feel like even since the beginning, even in the first game, even though it pretty much stayed close to source material, there was a lot of ESG points in there. There was a lot of money and funds being thrown in that first game that I didn't necessarily see before, that paved the way to basically slowly introducing more representation in Spider-Man 2. And then now they're going to go full-blown representation in Spider-Man 3. If Grum's, thing doesn't work with his plan and all that going on. But hopefully, it gets delayed. But if it doesn't, you can almost expect that if nobody else new comes in from Insomniac and makes that game stray away from ideology, you can almost guarantee that game will not be good. And the main thing is that Miles Morales is now the main Spider-Man, so there's no possibility for Peter to be the main guy, because he's not supposed to be the main guy anymore. It's supposed to be Miles. Me personally, I won't be playing the game, but some people out there are going to be a little confused because they don't realize that Green Goblin is supposed to be in the next game. Okay, and second of all, no one wants to play a spin-off game with Miles Morales. I said it before and I'll say it again. People can do without it. People don't care about Miles Morales, and a lot of people just don't like that I say that. But it's true. No one cares about Miles Morales. No one cares about Cindy Moon. A lot of people were upset that Cindy Moon's in the game, but they didn't want to. They don't want Miles Morales to not be in the game for some reason. This is Spider-Man, and I said it before and I'll say it again. I don't even understand why they even canceled that live service Spider-Web game coming out. It's because you might as well go ahead and release it. You might as well go ahead and change the name of the single-player one and make that multiplayer, because it's already a Spider-Web game. You came to tell a story, but yet the story you're telling is not even a story. It's about representation. Representation is not a story. A story is supposed to be centered around what's going on through that character. And I'm sorry to tell you, but Miles Morales is not Spider-Man. And I said it before. None of these people are actually Spider-Man. This is also a guy who is a product. A product that people want to see respected. And they want to see it, pretty much the source material to 90%. 90%, you can do your little twist or whatever you want to do, but it has to be 90%. Okay? And when you look at it, Marvel Spider-Man is supposed to be his own very new IP of Spider-Man. So you're pretty much treating this basically like it's a comic book. And you know how people want their mainstream comic books. They want the guy himself, Peter Parker. Now, in the first game, if you played Marvel Spider-Man, you can really say that game was probably the best game out of all these other 2 games of Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales and Marvel Spider-Man 2. Mainly simply because they actually stayed close to source material and made Peter Parker the main story. He made him the main character of the story. You may got a little bit of Miles and MJ in there, but they usually was not what they are in Marvel Spider-Man 2. They wasn't. First of all, Miles wasn't Spider-Man. He was just some kid running around. There's some stuff in there where it's kind of like, but I can let it slide. But MJ, she was pretty tamed in that one, and I liked it. It was pretty alright. I wasn't really upset about what MJ has accomplished in that first game, but they really drive the nail with the second game on MJ. But I have to also remind people that these people also believe in climate change and saving the earth. That's something a government is doing. I forgot what their actual name is called. If I find it, I'll put it in the link. I'll put it in the link below. But it all makes sense now of why Harry is so deeply into plants in the first game. Is because these people get ESG funds for doing that shit. And I didn't even know that until this second game came out, and I learned all about SBI. But when I go back and play the first game, there was plenty of representation in there as well. Not as as forced and as big as Marvel Spider-Man 2 or Miles Morales, but there was still slightly a good bit in there. Enough for them to get funds and to make this big, massive project of Marvel Spider-Man 2. The plants was a problem. Okay, it wasn't done badly like it is in Marvel Spider-Man 2, but it was in there. And, like I said before, people was fine with Miles Morales in the first game because he wasn't Spider-Man. And they pretty much used that as also another way to, make sure they put the black guy in there and make him make him strong and, basically represent black people and make black people feel good that their skin is in the game. They also had the MJ in there where they get funds for that, for making the woman pretty much like the hero in the fucking game. So they had that in there. Plants. They had, especially in the remastered, they had changed Peter's face to make him look more feminine. Let's be honest. It was plenty good representation, disabled people in terms of idle Octavius. But you see, the thing is that in Marvel Spider-Man, the first game, is that they was able to grab all these concepts and put it together to where it just didn't feel like it's forced in your face. Like, it actually made sense with the story, and it actually was pretty damn good. But you see in Miles Morales, they literally went off the deep end, and I go over it in my Miles Morales video. Two of them actually. Why I describe why people really don't like Miles Morales, especially not in Sony's universe, because he's nothing but just a dumbed down black version of Peter. Okay, no one wants that. People want a new character who is not the same as the other one. And if you are going to make him pretty much the same as the other one, at least give him a different personality. They can't even do that. It's like I said before, they don't know what they want to do with Miles. I said it. They need to make him more like Terry McGinnis if they want people to even like him. Make him like Spider-Punk from the movies. Even do like they did in the movies, where he's more like nonchalant into music and all that. He's not really into the Spider-Man gig. But in this one, he's just an obsessed man who wants to be like Spider-Man. He acts like him. He talks like him. Everything he do is just like Peter. No one wants that. He's boring and uninteresting. And basically, what they did in that first game, they slid it in there. So that way to see if they could get away with it. And when they realized that they could get away with it, and then they made that Miles Morales game, and let's be honest, that game didn't really do bad in terms of sales. They saw that they had an opportunity. They saw they had an opportunity to just throw in whatever they wanted, and people would just eat it. People would just eat it up. Because people like Spider-Man. But it's like I said before, Spider-Man fans are not people who just accept anything. They want their shit strictly from source material, and they want their shit adapted correctly. Miles Morales is not a part of that. MJ doesn't act nothing like MJ in the comics. She doesn't look like MJ anymore. And they tried to push this trans woman onto us, and thought people was gonna like it, but people called it out. Even people who wasn't even a part of this culture war that other YouTubers was a part of, people still called it up because they're like, "Why are you doing this?" Then they had the plant missions. They was a lot more boring than it was in the last game, and people were like, "Why is this in here? This shit is boring. Why are we all focused on this?" They had the Miles Morales, even though he's supposed to be the future Spider-Man in terms of this game. He doesn't get any time on the screen, really. And he actually goes through some of the same shit Peter goes through. And this is another thing that I say, is that every time they try to make a black person, they make all the black people look the same and act the same and even go through the same shit. And just like the character that they're, either side by side with or trying to replace. Because that's what they're doing. They're replacing Peter. They're not taking up the mantle. They're replacing Peter. As much as we don't want to accept it or not, they're replacing Peter. Haley for some reason was playable in this game. There's no reason for her to be playable in this game. Okay, no one cares about Haley. That's literally, there's no reason for that to be in there. But before I run out of time, this leads me to Marvel Spider-Man 3. They made Miles Morales main Spider-Man. Second of all, there's no way you're going to be able to make a Green Goblin, Dr. Octavius, anything with Miles Morales being the center point. There's no way to do it. The only way you can do it is make Peter the main focus of his own game, first of all. Make Peter the main focus of his own game and have Miles and them be there for backup. Second of all, they're going to try to introduce Cindy Moon in here. I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to play as her as well. You're going to play as MJ, you're going to play as Cindy Moon, and you're going to play as Haley. They already showed that they was going to make you play Haley in Marvel Spider-Man 2. They got away with it. We're calling it out, but, they think they got away with it. You play with MJ in this game. You're going to continue playing with MJ. You got Cindy Moon in this game. They got to bring her in there somehow, right? You got 3 women over here with 2 Spider-Man. That's more ESG for them. And then they're not even the main focus. It's supposed to be a Spider-Man game. But, that's what they want to do nowadays. They want to steal the spotlight and give it to the women. Then there's the plants. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of plants, especially with Peter being basically retired. Because let's be honest, they're trying to replace him. And there's going to be a lot of plants. I realize that they have nothing to go for when it turns in science other than plants. It's literally just plants. It's nothing like in the first game where it was all about technology and all that shit. It's all about plants. So they're going to have plenty of that in there. They're going to have... I'm pretty sure they're going to have some type of representation in there for probably Harry being disabled, maybe Dr. Octopus being disabled, Harry's dad, Norman Osborn, being disabled. Man, they're literally lining it up for ESG. And then it's like, there's no way for Spider-Man to shine if he has all these obstacles in the way. And what I mean by Spider-Man, I mean Peter. Miles Morales can't shine either, because how do you make all these other characters work? And it just won't work. It can't work. What they need to do is go ahead and, first of all, they already made Miles the main Spider-Man. Go ahead and call that off. Bring it out there and say that Miles Morales will not be the main Spider-Man. He will just continue being a sidekick. That's all he is. No one's interested in him or his story. No one's interested in him using Peter's villains. Okay? Make him his own villains. Make him his own story. They still haven't done it yet. They still haven't gave Miles his own story. That's what they need to do. They need to backtrack. Go ahead and make Peter the main focus. I don't know how the hell they're going to do it, but they need to figure it out. That's their problem, not mine. Make Peter the main focus. First of all, you need to sideline Miles Morales, okay? Do him like you did in the Marvel Spider-Man 2 game. No one cares about him. First of all, Cindy Moon, you're going to have to just keep her as Cindy Moon. You cannot play with her whatsoever. She needs to just be there just to be there. Fuck whoever else has anything other to say about it. No one cares. She shouldn't be in a Spider-Man game. If she was going to be in a Spider-Man game, and I said it before, this game needs to be changed from Spider-Man to Spider-Web. They put Spider-Man on it because they know people are going to come in and buy the game, pre-order that shit, and it's going to sell off the roof. That's why they want to keep it Spider-Man, but it's really not a Spider-Man game. It's a Spider-Web game. So anyone out there who is dedicated to the universe, go ahead and get undedicated, because they're going to switch and bait. They're gonna switch some bait. That's what they do. Marvel is known for doing that because they're right under Disney. Disney owns them. They're gonna do it. So leave Cindy Moon out. First of all, don't put no more MJ missions in the game. Okay, don't even have MJ being the main focus no more. At this point, I don't even want to see her be a journalist. Make that bitch into an actress and make her hot again. Okay? You got to take out all these flags. All these flags with LGBTQ. You know what? You can actually keep that in there. Since, it's supposed to be kind of like a half thing. It's already, it's kind of like semi in real life, semi not. So, you know what? Keep that shit in there. Keep that in there. That don't bother me that much. I don't like it in there because it's degenerative, it's disgusting, and it's wrong. But just keep that in there. Keep that in there. But what else they need to do? They need to make sure that Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus is not working together. They want to have these two people work together, but they don't need to be working together. Keep Dr. Octopus out. Okay, no one cares about him. He's done for. We need to make Green Goblin the main focus. In fact, that's a great way to start off that's a great way to start it off. Peter in retirement, he has to come out of retirement, Norman Osborn. But, it's like, do you really want to do it at the very beginning? Or do you kind of want to do it at the, in terms of, in the middle of the story? But that's for them to figure out. Not for me. They don't know who fucked up, not me. So, they need to make some changes. They need to make some changes, man. Take out all this Black Lives Matter. Take out all this, leave out this butchered version of Peter being manhandled by Miles Morales. It's like, Miles Morales he's not near close to Peter Parker, let's be honest here. How are you going to disrespect this man like this? They praise him for having incredible durability and spirit, but yet this dude needs help to take off the black suit. But Miles Morales didn't need help to overcome Lee. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand this constant need to belittle Spider-Man to praise Miles Morales. You don't need to do that. Okay, if you want to make them both strong, make them both strong. But don't belittle another person because of skin color. And then, especially not no spin-off character overdoing a established character. You can't have that. There's just so many problems going on with that second game. I'm gonna have to do a complete series on why Marvel Spider-Man 2 sucks so bad in terms of story. Now, was the story god awful? No, but it surely wasn't good. It was literally just a meh. It was there and it happened. Oh well, too bad. He just had good moments, cool moments. That's it. Marvel, it just the first game was so good that people was already comparing it to the Arkhamverse. Then the second game comes out, you don't hear no more topics about it. Nothing. Because people already know that this shit is nothing compared to Batman. Nothing is compared to it. And you can kind of blame that on the activists who was doing this to Spider-Man, because they don't care about making any games better than another game or something like that. They just care about pushing their ideology. And that's what's going to ruin the Marvel Spider-Man 3. Because all these things that I named is nothing but ideology being pushed. If they did exactly what I told them to do, if they do exactly what I instructed in this video, then literally I fixed 9-10 out of their problems. The problems that they caused, that they said that they was going to fix. But these people don't fix problems, they cause problems. So I'm fixing the problem here by telling them what all they need to do in order to avoid this game from being complete trash, because it's heading down the road. Cindy Moon shouldn't be in this game. Spider-Man She shouldn't be in here. Miles Morales shouldn't be in this game. Do it like you did the last time. Make a spin-off game of Miles Morales and just put it in a different universe. People would have been fine with that, but they have to make sure that they up this black guy. And I'm a black guy myself. They have to up this black guy over the white guy to make him relevant. He's not relevant. In fact, you made him less relevant. Now more people hate Miles Morales. And I don't blame them either. Because no one wants this. No one wants to see their hero, their an idol, being pushed to the side for some bullshit like racism. And that's what's going to ruin Marvel Spider-Man 3. Racism, sexism, LGBTQ representation, all this shit is going to ruin the third game. Too much representation. Representation for nothing. Nothing. Mass Effect is the best game with representation in it. And it appeals to all people. Now, is it some LGBTQ bullshit? No, that shit don't exist. But it does have tackled some of the stuff that is going on in society. And implement it in a way for it to fit their game. With Spider-Man, you can't do that. You can't just force something to fit your ideology. You can't do it. You just can't do it. Make a new IP. The combat system is pretty damn good. They need to bring back some of the gadgets. That's gonna ruin the second game. They're gonna ruin the third game too. This system they got going on. I said it before. Marvel Spider-Man has one of the best transversal systems I have ever played in my life. It's one of the best. It's not even compared. It's not even able to be competed against. It's the best transversal ever in the game. They can find new ways to implement it to make it cooler. I got a couple ideas they could do, little details that can make the experience a lot better. But they need to. First of all, they need to upgrade the stealth system. The stealth system is so weak in this damn game. These motherfuckers are clueless. They don't have any. Like in Batman, you'll see if you're standing on the ledge, they'll kick you. They'll see you, throw rocks at you. In this one, they don't do nothing. They wait until you get over the ledge. That's lame. When they see you, you can't go back into hiding unless you're playing Miles Morales. That's lame. The combat system, you just press 2 buttons and you use the web line. That's lame. And no one wants to do that. Give us the option of using different stealth tactics and make it extremely hard. That way we can do exactly what we did in the first game of Marvel Spider-Man. A lot of people had in fact, the combat system was a lot more, probably even funner and creative in the first game too. So bring back all that shit that you took out in this game. Put that shit in Marvel Spider-Man 3. Increase the stealth system in Marvel Spider-Man 3. You can keep the combat system pretty much the same. Just improve it a little bit. Or just keep it really the same, really. You don't have to improve nothing on that. Maybe hit people on the floor, like Batman implemented in Batman Arkham Knight. But that's about it. The story, I already told you how they could fix the story. Take out all that bullshit. All the ESG. Fuck the funds, dude. You ain't gonna make the funds mean nothing if you're putting it all into the game and you're making no money. Fuck the funds. Take all that representation out. That you call representation. Take that shit out. We need to go back to the roots of Spider-Man. Is basically what the story needs to do. It needs to go back to the roots of Spider-Man. Peter Parker. For those who don't know who Spider-Man is, it's Peter Parker and not Miles Morales. Or anybody else. We need to also have wall combat. We need that. I don't know why it's not in this game yet. Jumping off the wall is not wall combat. Okay. That don't make sense. That's not wall combat. When we mean wall combat, we mean combat on the wall. Not jumping off the wall, not fighting off the wall. Fighting on the wall. Wall combat. Bring it into the game. And I guarantee you'll have plenty more sales. If they do all these things that I pointed out, they will have 5 times as more sales than they got in Miles Morales and Marvel Spider-Man 2. Maybe the number is exaggerated just a little bit, But maybe they'll even get close to the first game or even outdo the first game. Because people are tired of this DEI shit that they're putting in here. That's not even actual DEI. It's literally the opposite. People don't want it. And I think I figured out the reason why Marvel Spider-Man and Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales paved way into making Marvel Spider-Man 2 shitty, and why Marvel Spider-Man 2 shitty also paves way into making Marvel Spider-Man 3 shitty. And the reason why is because of I'm trying to keep away from DEI as much as possible and actually give you reasons why the story is worse. And these are the reasons why. And the combat system, stealth system, these are the reasons why. Even the namesake of the title, you can't make this game all about Peter Parker, then you change the name to Spider-Web, like they used to do in the old games. Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, not all about Peter, is about the Spider people. Spider-Man Edge of Time, not all about Peter, is about two versions of Spider-Man. It's not hard to do. Maybe you can have a little bit of, playing with another character if it brings value to the story, but leave that shit out. We want to play Spider-Man. If I get tired of playing Spider-Man, I'll go play a different game. But I'm playing Spider-Man for the sake of playing Spider-Man. That's it. But if you agree with me and my points, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. I don't need people coming here not subscribing. Please hit that damn subscribe button. Okay, share the video. Share it on your socials. Share it on Instagram, Facebook. I don't give a fuck. Share it. Share the video. Get this video out there. Make sure people see it. Leave a comment on what you think that Marvel Spider-Man 3 will be. Do you think it will be better? Do you think it will be worse? Do you agree with my points? Do you have your own points? Let's have a discussion down below. I'm always down for a discussion. Don't come in here with all your bullshit saying this and that. No insults, please. We came here to discuss Spider-Man and how we can make the game better. Because objectively, this Marvel Spider-Man 2 game failed. It failed to meet our expectations. And make sure you guys follow my socials as well. I'm over here telling y'all to share it. Make sure you follow my socials. It'll be in the description, but you can also go check out the my actual channel. It'll be there too. And make sure you guys have a great day. I'm out.